All right, we should be live. We should be live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna go ahead and start in the next minute or so. All right, we should be live. We should be live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna go ahead and start in the next minute or so. All right, cool. So, let me know if the music is too loud, guys. It's kind of loud on my end. But if you can hear me, if the audio sounds good, let me know. First things first, I'm still recovering from a cold, so again, I apologize if I sound sick. If I'm coughing a lot, I'm still recovering from this cold. Number two, a lot went down from GU, and I think it was on Euro USD. Price did sell. I think we were going over analysis end of stream before we had that news. But we'll go ahead and recap all that this morning and then try to find some new setups as well. But first things first, let's go ahead and check Forex Factory. See if we have any news this morning. All right, so post London, Euro, German, IFO, business, climate. So we missed that. 9 a.m. we don't have nothing going on. At 10 a.m. we have CAD and USD. We have the BOC monetary policy report, BOC rate statement, and overnight rate, and new home sales. So this is CAD and USD. And I am back in Discord, so I'll just send any analysis I see post stream. I will be in class at 10 a.m. though, so we'll see what happens. And then 11 a.m. we have BOC press conference, and then later tonight or this evening, excuse me, we have Fed Chair Powell speaks and RBA Government Bullock speaks, and this is on USD and AUD. And what I'll do is actually just send a screenshot like this and post it in Discord. Hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I think it was you that told me you were anticipating, was it GJ to sell? If it was GJ or GU, price did sell. So you were in fact correct. So now I'm simply looking for pullbacks, pullback entries. But I think it was you that said GJ was selling. It's either GJ or GU. I can't remember. Excuse me. Oh, it's AUD USD. Okay. And give me 1 second, guys. I'm just sending the screenshot to Discord. It is the 25th. All right, it's right here. Supersonic said GU and EU. Okay, cool. So we'll all review all that. Yes, you were the one that sent down the Discord as well. I got your message, so we'll go ahead and review all that. But AUD USD, we will review that as well. I think I anticipated some sort of buy, right? We can check in a second. So yeah, guys, this morning, like I mentioned, we have news post stream. If I see any setups that I think are good, I'll send them, but I will be in class, so we will see. I dedicated tech trades on gold. I'll be able to grow my small account faster. Gold is pretty volatile, so I like it. I think it's kind of in the mix of an indice and a regular Forex pair because it's not too fast, it's not too slow, right? But you just want to be careful. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at all these pairs. So gold is in a new range. As you guys can see, we're no longer, or range one is not really as relevant. So we can go and delete this. Let's go and delete all this because we didn't get that breakout. It's now trending in a new range. Go on the 2 hour, we can see that this wick hit off of that newly formed demand zone, right? If we go ahead and remove this and just draw it out like a zone, wick to wick, and then push it out. Notice how this candle reacted off of that zone. Almost hit that 50% level, but it did react off of that newly formed demand, and then price is starting to push up. This line is just indicating that price did have a final breakout before it decided to range, but now price is reacting off of that newly formed demand, and now it's pushing up. So now we're working with price at around this area. If we go in and scale it some more, we can see that price is continuing to kind of range, be a little stagnant. It doesn't really know where it wants to go. But this morning, if anything, it might be attracted to some micro zones. When I say micro zones, I'm simply looking at price from where it's at on smaller time frames and trying to find some sort of structure. So we have a lot of traffic right here, right? There's a lot of push and pull, but the pull is pretty stagnant. So if we do get more of a pull from that push, we can say, okay, if price is going to react off of some sort of dip or pivot, we could say that there's structure, some sort of structure right here that price could ideally dip down to and then push up again, or it could make its way back down to that previous demand. So we'll see. Now I took a sell position on gold 50-minute as the market was sideways the whole day, and hopefully it goes bearish. So you're anticipating for gold to sell. So I'll just keep that marked for now. We can mark it green. AUD USD. Oh, yeah, so AUD USD, we could get some sort of results. What's today? Wednesday. We could get a move tomorrow if price nears closer to that support, but AUD, as expected, it is selling. It didn't quite push up into that range. Many would consider this as a fake out because that wick pretty much took out all these sellers right here that are still in the market. So this wick that kind of sprouted out, there wasn't an opening above that zone. So many could say this was a fake out because it took out all these orders. It didn't quite push up the way a lot of people wanted it to. And then it started pushing down some more. So if anything, now that we have more value on the flip side, we can get a push like this, right? It comes near this support. It does a little thing and then has a nice breakout and it continues to push down. We could see something like this. So if anything, I'm going to anticipate AUD USD to sell some more. Hopefully we near that support. And then it has to decide if it wants to range some more. It's going to respect that level or have a clean breakout to take all these orders out or take out all these buyers, right? Because we have people holding trades right here. People right here. We also have people right here. What does this do, guys? It builds up some sort of value from the downside. Value in terms of liquidity in terms of money that price is attracted to. So that's why I'm anticipating price to sell, if anything. It also have some sort of liquidity right here, right? People happening right here. So a lot of orders yet to be taken. So I'm going to keep that green, and let's place an alert as well. I'll just place it at 62938. I'll just say watch price. All right, AUD JPY looks a little similar, right? Looks a little similar. We do have structure. Price obviously reacted off of that strong resistance. It's pushing down right now. Let's go ahead and scale it on the 30-minute. Price might be reacting off of this right here. Let's go on the 1 hour, see how that looks. So when it comes to supply and demand, guys, you want to try to look for zones where they have the most structure. When I say structure, so when it comes to supply and demand, you don't want to just draw your zones out. So on AUD JPY, I'm kind of iffy because yes, this is a solid zone that price is obviously reacting off of. We have this nice opening, bullish candles pushing up, but usually you can find other zones that are more reasonable. For example, if I were to draw my zone out down here, this would look better only because we have previous structure, right? But we also have more of a bigger gap that price could fill, and we have clear structure. We have clear candles right here, bullish candles. Rather than just scaling in and looking at where current price is, of course, I could draw this zone out right here and say, hey, price reacting off of it. But if price fails, I'd be taking it down here, right? So if anything, we're just going to put a line, right? So that we can tell the difference. The price is reacting off of this right now. I'm gonna keep an eye on it for this morning. We'll see if we can find some sort of setup, but I'm not too crazy about this. So I'm gonna keep this green. CAD JPY. Let's go ahead and start the daily time frame. See what's happening. Price is pushing down. What's this? Watch price. I'm not sure why I had that alert there. I'm gonna delete it for now. But price is pushing down. Let's go to the 4 hour. Same thing I just talked about on ADJPY. We'll look for the most reasonable supplier demand placement. So I noticed that we have a lot of bullish traffic right here. We also have a gap price that price could fill this morning. So I'm just going to simply draw the zone out from the previous bearish candle and just push it out. And if price doesn't make its way over here, we will come back. So I'm just going to say watch price. We can move it up just a little bit too. That's good. Euro AUD. Price has already reacted off of that nice support. Just to make sure, daily time frame. Yep. So price is doing its thing on Euro AUD. If anything, we could form a nice range if price continues to push up and push down, generating more of that liquidity that we're going to look for. So if anything, we'll come back to this next week, unless we see some sort of structure off of our strategy we've been using all week. We will try to see something tomorrow. But as you guys know, I don't trade Fridays. So if we have to come back to this next week, we will. I'll just keep this orange for now, meaning we'll come back to it. Euro CAD. So let's see. Euro CAD. Let's go to the daily time frame real quick. Price is pushing up off of that new range after we had that break. So most traders would have just had a nice break and retest entry. Notice how price wasn't perfect, but it did close above, taking out all these orders right here. And then it had another touch. So people missed this breakout. You would have had a nice pullback entry right here. And I believe this was Tuesday. This was when I wasn't streaming. Okay. So maybe what I'll do in the future, I'll have an alert in case price decides to come back, touch the newly formed support, and then push up again. This would have been a nice clean entry with 0 drawdown. So I'll go ahead and mark this like pink for review, because you guys will see this all the time. You know, you have a double top, and then you have a breakout, price taking those orders, and then you have a pullback, and then you have a nice clean entry off of that newly formed support. And then if you decide to hop in, you're at 0 risk. All right, Euro CHF. Not a huge fan of CHF, but we will still review it. Price is at an all-time low. I'll even say yearly low, right? We haven't had some sort of momentum down here in this area since 2022. Let me go in the monthly time frame real quick. I want to see something. Okay. I'll just keep it on my watch list, but I'm not too crazy about CHF, guys. It's not really on my radar, but I'll just keep it there. All right, Euro GBP, same thing with Euro USD, or Euro CAD, I'm sorry. Notice how price had a nice breakout. Came into this range, was doing its thing, and had another touch right here. So people would have been able to capitalize on that second pullback. Since this was technically the first right here, it didn't pull back all the way to that newly formed support. Within a pullback some more. So if you would have entered in right here, it would have been pretty clean. But it's okay, because we'll see something like this happen all the time. Okay, what's going on over here? We have a lot. This is Euro JPY. Let's delete all this stuff. Oh, this is clean though. Okay, so price came into range 2. Had this nice filling right here. Now it's ranging in our second one. Resistant to support. Now we're gonna see if price decides to hold in this new range, right? If it decides to hold and continue to range for some time. Just like in range 1, right? Now could push back down into range 1 if we have a new opening in the next 7 minutes on that 1 hour, and price decides to continue to push down. We could try to find some sells, but we got to be careful because this could be a fake out. So this candle is still information. We get a nice closure, we could enter in, guys, on some sells. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So let me go ahead and highlight this green. And that's in the next 6 minutes. So I gotta be on timing with this one. Okay. Euro USD. So I already have this marked up. Simply just waiting for price to near that demand. We can go ahead and put an alert as well. Excuse me, guys. All right, GJ did sell, and GU, I believe. And this is from yesterday's news too. Um, so what are we looking at? Let's go and delete all this stuff real quick. Okay. So price is pushing down right now. Going to 4 hour. Pretty choppy range. When it comes to structure, this is kind of throwing me off. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, we could put some sort of line right here indicating some sort of support that price reacting off of. Looking at previous price, it's not the best, but we could say that this is an overall range that we could be working with for today and this morning. And if price decides to break, we could take it down to the nearest demand, right? Or if it decides to respect that gap and push up, we could take it to the nearest resistance. Oops. That's not what I meant to do, guys. All right, and we'll come back to the rest of these in a second. But our main focus right now is Euro USD. Let's mark this blue, guys. Euro USD, JPY. And we could get a move this morning on 80 USD. We could. I'll mark it blue for now, but we have 3 pairs working at, and then gold we're just gonna keep an eye on. Do you trade multiple pairs or stick to one? I trade multiple pairs. My main focus is primarily gold and GBP USD. Well, let me see. I can get my spreadsheet out. What do I trade? What is my main for? Gold. I see a lot of gold. I see GBP pairs. I see a lot of gold. GBP, USD. So gold and USD pairs. I think are my main focus. Okay. So we have about 2 more minutes to see what happens and see if we can try to find some sort of entry. This is on Euro JPY. So we have about 1 more minute. We're gonna see what happens. What do you think about gold 15-minute bearish trend? I will answer that in a second. And many could say this is a break and retest too, right? Because price is technically forming some sort of support slash resistance, and this candle could be classified as a break with a nice pullback, and it could be pushing down to this nearest or this previous support right here. So we'll see. But ideally, to make this the safest entry, what I want to do is have my TP obviously at that newly formed or that previous support. And this would be around, we can make it even 50 if we wanted to hold it. But my stop loss, my stop loss or my entry, if I want to play it safe, I'd actually have it above this previous candle, that bullish candle, just so I know it's pushing down. Otherwise, if I enter in right now, this could still technically be considered a fake out if it does continue to push up. But in order to be sure, we want price to push past that previous bullish candle. So I would turn around here, have my stop loss wide enough in case price does decide to have another touch on that newly formed resistance. So we can make it around like 20 pips if we wanted to. And I'd probably make this a nice 1 to 2. Like this. And this would be $10 pips away from entering right here, right? It's not too bad. Because notice how price is still in formation. It's still deciding if it wants to respect that newly formed resistance. So instead of being unsure, why not just be sure and wait for price to push past that previous bullish candle? If that makes sense. What do you think about gold on 15-minute? Okay. So gold, we know gold on, you're looking for sells, right? Bearish trend, okay. 15-minute. Okay, price is pretty stagnant right now. It's not really a bearish trend. We can see price is moving down, right? We can see it's moving down. But it's not the cleanest trend where you have previous structure indicating that price is in a smooth continuation of a bearish trend, right? You don't really have that going on here. So what I would do is kind of group it together in some sort of range if you can and wait to have that push. But for me, like I stated before, I noticed that price has this breakout over here. So we have this clean line that we can identify as support, newly formed support that price may be attracted to. So if it does push down over here and you're in a sell, okay, cool, that's great. But what I'm saying is if price does make its way over here, it's going to decide if it wants to respect this newly formed zone or range or continue to break down into our previous one. So scaling out, this being the previous one over here, before having that breakout. So could sell to that previous or that newly formed support and then sell some more. My whole thing is if it were to sell right now, oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, if it were to sell right now, then it would have to be attracted to some sort of area, and I think around 1965 is where price would head. So I think it is looking good. My only thing is we don't have structure to support that push on the flip side. So yes, we have an area that we want price to be attracted to, but where price is currently at, there's no structure to identify a bearish continuation. Just because this doesn't look ideal. It's not the cleanest type of structure for a bearish continuation. It kind of looks choppy in my opinion. But I do think price is going to be attracted to that newly formed support. No problem. We were on Euro JPY, right? Okay. And I'm not in a trade, guys. I'm not in a trade right now. I was explaining what I would do if I wanted to enter in right now. I want to play it safe. Yep, 100%. And I think that's the hard thing to do. Preaches, my boy. Spail, I think I pronounced your last name right. Appreciate you, bro. Um, that's the hardest thing you have to commit to when it comes to holding your trades, because you'll see you're in profit and you want to just take it, but also you want to be patient because this is a patient game. And it's kind of hard to do that when you're in certain trades and you're like 2 pips away from getting TP. We saw that on Tuesday with, I think it was GBP USD. It's still here on the screen on OBS, but I was 2 pips away from TP2, and then it hit my break-even point, right? So sometimes that's hard to just hold your trade because you'll see that you're so close, and then it goes opposite direction. So it's like, dang, maybe I just should have took all that profit. I think that's the hardest thing. The hardest lesson you have to go through is just holding your trades no matter what. Unless you're in some sort of situation where price is about to annihilate your whole analysis. But I think holding your trade is one of the hardest things you can overcome, because you'll see that you're in profit and you can just close that trade, but you have to be patient because it's going to build discipline. Look on the 4-hour too, we see that this wick is kind of pushing off that support. This is why you want to be careful, guys, because on the higher time frames, it could indicate some sort of fake out. So right here, we have this wick. And what does this mean when we see a wick, right? It means that there's momentum that is losing value, right? So in this scenario, buyers are kind of taking control because we have this bearish wick, so the sellers aren't really motivated to continue to push down. It's losing that momentum. So that's why you want to be careful, because yes, this could look clean on lower time frames, but on higher time frames, it might be telling you, hey, price might be faking you out. It might just be taking out these orders right here, all these buyers, and then push back up. So the safest way to enter in is to wait for price to pass through that wick, if that makes sense. So right here. And since I would usually make this a 1-to-2, what I think I'm gonna do is make it a 1-to-1. Like, for example, if I enter in right here, right guys? Let's say if I entered in right here, I made this a 1-to-2. What did I say? 40 pips? Let's say it's 30 pips, okay? 30 pip. This is a 1-to-3. Since we're moving our entry, I would just make it a 1-to-1. Or we can still scale up, but I'm trying to make sure my entry is safe as possible. We still have all this, right? To the side. Let's go and delete this. We still have all this stuff to the side. And notice how if we were to draw a rod right here, it's also past these candles. So this would still be a good move for about 13 pips. And this would be what? This would be like 20. Okay. So we'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes. Nope. I'm about to, my friend. I was just about to put all this stuff on the screen. It's looking really good for a sell right now. Looking really good for a sell. What I would do, since it is a small move, I'm really thinking about hopping in manually. Just because price is looking good. We have this nice break, guys. It's forming a newly formed resistance that price reacting off of. We have traffic this side as well, or over here. So we could wait and be patient, right? Because this is going to be filled regardless. We could wait, be patient. We could play it smart. We have a price to break right here and have a continuation. Or we could enter in now. But entering now would be at more risk, in my opinion. Or we could just wait. It's looking really good, though. It's looking really, really good. We would see something like this. And push in. And continue down. So let me go ahead and get my positions ready for you guys. And let's go ahead and make this 40 pips. We're holding this throughout the week as well. At least until Friday. Oh yeah, price is about to fly. Okay, we can make this a nice 1 to 2. And this would be the most ideal setup. This price has another push. It has a pullback, but it forms a newly formed resistance. It has a nice bearish continuation. And then it's motivated by all this traffic, has another push, and comes to this range. And then we just say 3. Why not? And this would be a sell stop. Well, let me know if you guys can read down my screen. Do I need to write all this stuff out? Because it kind of takes 2 minutes. And I don't want to miss out on this move. Let me know if you guys can see my coordinates. If you can't, I'll put it on the screen. If it's too confusing, I'll write it out. Let me know. Because I don't want to do something that I don't have to necessarily do. So let me know, guys. This will be a sell stop. Do I have to write it? Do I have to type it out? Or can you guys see my coordinates on the screen? Is it too small? Excuse me. All right, and I'm in. Blurry for me? Okay, I'll write it out in a second. But it might be a short bearish trend. Yep, if it does respect, like for example, if it does push in and push out, we might have to close in profit. So this blue rod indicating the separation of those ranges, right? Range 1 and range 2. If it does respect range 2, right? We'll see this morning. We might have to close in profit. Let's say if it doesn't, it has another push. It's most definitely going to grab all this over here. So that's why I'm saying this is a good setup, because we have some sort of structure that's attracting price to move at a certain direction. Now, all this could be false. Price could say, you know what, I just want to push back up into range 3 and continue to float up. Okay, cool, that's fine. We'll know that, right? Where price is currently at, we'll know that. But if price respects this newly formed resistance and pushes past that previous low, we know for sure it's going to continue down, right? I'm expecting till 158. So 158, 200. Oh, even lower. Okay, that's in range 1. Okay. Around this area. Okay, yeah, I see that too. Okay. Well, that's also past TP1, so you'll be able to close a profit regardless or break even. So that's even better. What was I about to do? I was about to do something. Oh, okay. Tell you guys my positions. I gotta update OBS. Excuse me, guys. Stop loss. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'll put it right here. Let me delete this. Put this over here. Put this right here. Alright, cool. Hopefully you guys can see this. What I'm gonna do as well is update OBS. So trades taken live, we have sell stop, right? And this is on Euro JPY. Yeah, it's looking really clean, guys. Looking really, really clean. OBS should be updated. You guys should be able to see that on screen. And let me go ahead and document this. Yeah, this takes way too long. I'm gonna have to either find another way to do this because it takes like 5 minutes for me to do everything. And that might not seem like a lot of time, but it is. Only because I gotta focus on so much at the same time. I'm looking at like 2 monitors back to back. My head's going crazy. It's the 25th. Let me document this real quick. This is what? Euro JPY? This is technically a short, and we're using low risk. Entry is 158. I can't believe it's blurry though. I don't know why. I have to find a way to fix that. Stop loss. Because I know it's not my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is good. But it can't be blurry. Is there a way to fix the resolution like on your end? Because I know at YouTube you can go into settings and put the settings into like 4K quality or something like that, right? Ratio is 2, guys. We're using 1 to 2. And this is a 10. Paste that link. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and double check. Let's go to daily. Price is also pushing down, guys. I love this right here. I don't know why. This looks so good to me. But price is pushing down. That's kind of irrelevant to where price is at now. But it is pushing down, guys. We want to see if it's going to respect this range. And notice how we have clear candles. Go to 4 hour. Price is currently pushing down right now. It could fill out this whole gap in the market. Potentially come down here even. But we'll see. It's not likely we'll get that whole move by the end of this morning or today in general. We do have news. I don't think on Euro. Okay, we do. It's at 1 p.m. though. But we don't have news on JPY. But I am in this trade now. All right, let me look at chat real quick. I see everything perfect. Oh, so it's not blurry. I guess I'll take trade on gold only after noon, so no sign of price move at all. If typing takes too long, you can also use a price note tool to show the price levels bigger. The price note tool, there's a price note tool? Oops. There's a price note tool? If you guys are in this trade, let me know. If you're not, also let me know. Or we'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and send this in Discord. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna send this in. I'm gonna start sending stuff in Discord again. This is Euro JPY. Let me pop this up. Let's just post in here. Why not? And also, if you were to place like a fib, like let's say if someone wanted to place a fib right here, price would still have to push back in just a little bit to get that nice zone entry. What do people call it? The golden zone, 0.5618, in order to get that push. But we're simply just reacting off of structure, that newly formed resistance. Let's see if we can get that push. If price decides to push back in, then we know that it wasn't gonna sell, right? Rather than hopping in now and being at risk. So yeah, I'm not manually in the trade right now, guys. I placed a sell stop. So that's what a sell stop means. It means you're anticipating price to hit an area before it's activated. You just set a flag pattern on the 15-minute. When you say flag pattern, do you mean like a wedge? Like is what you mean when you say flag? Like kind of like a wedge? You're reacting off of this right here. I know this is a pretty popular concept, right? Where price, if it's still kind of narrowing down, you can still identify this as some sort of support and resistance. If it does have that push, you would say that it would react off of that and then continue to push up to that previous resistance. Is that what you mean when you say flag pattern? Correct me if I'm wrong. Check Discord. Okay. Price though. How does this work? Okay. Thank you. I'll add that to my my little toolbar. Thanks. Appreciate you, bro. That's what you meant with the flag pattern? Okay, yeah. Yeah. I see that, but I don't I don't know. I couldn't say. I'm going off of this. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go off of like a break and retest concept where price had this nice break, simply waiting for that pullback, and I noticed that price hasn't yet touched around that area. So if I'm looking for a buy, I'd wait for price to push down. Yes, this is a good setup as well. Like the flag pattern is good. Not to say that it's bad. Where's my, hold on. Where's my other tool? Was I using this? No. Oh, I was using the trade. My bad. All right, so this is good as well, because price is obviously reacting off of that. But I don't know where I would take price. I have no idea where I would take price. If anything, if it breaks out, I'd wait for another pullback. I just wait. So if it does decide to break, I just wait for that pullback. But I wouldn't just go off I wouldn't place a buy stop right now. I wouldn't try to trade a breakout. I'd wait for some sort of momentum to have another pullback off of that newly formed structure. You can make the font bigger in settings, no problem. Bet. I feel like there's another thing we were waiting on. Was it Euro USD? We are. So we want to see if Euro makes it down here to the zone. So this would be a really good entry right here. It's currently 7:30. We're going to see what happens in the next 30 minutes. We have news at 10. Guys, I'm going to be in class at 10 o'clock. But I do want to try to find some sort of entries, especially from yesterday. We had a nice break-even trade. 2 pips away from TP. It happens though. Excuse me. But we want to try to, make some profit this morning. I think that's the main objective as well. All right, so it is now 7:30. Let's see what happens. Oh, we didn't check FX Street. Let's go and do that now. Euro USD falls from 1600 as market turns cautious. Sorry. Forex today, US dollar rally loses steam. Eye on BOC rate decision. Euro forecast. Euro needs to hold above 1570 to keep sellers at bay. All right. Gold price gains a positive traction on Wednesday and moves away from the weekly low. So again, guys, the reason why I use this website because it gives me a better understanding of what price is doing or why price moved that certain direction. And you don't need to use this website, you really don't, but just get a fundamental grasp on why the market did what it did or why it's important to traders around the world. Because believe it or not, news is a big factor to the market, right? Whatever happens around the world, the economy, it all correlates to what price is doing. You just want to get a good grasp of what happens. Either the aftermath, right? Gold price gains some positive traction on Wednesday and moves away from the weekly low around 1945, 53 area touched the previous day. And kind of give some information on why it's doing that. Just like right here, Euro USD falls from 1600 as the market turns cautious. Euro USD is back in the red after retesting on an upbeat German IFO survey during the European session. It's like reading stuff like this and just checking on your technical data just gives you a better idea. All right, so Euro JPY is pushing up. And again, this is why I emphasize that it's better to wait to lead price rather than just follow price, because if we were just following price, right, where is that newly formed resistance, we hopped in, boom, we would have been in drawdown. We would have probably started to like second guess ourselves rather than playing it smart and saying, okay, wait, so we had this break, price might be reacting off of it, but what would be the safest entry? Well, if we want to know for a fact that it's pushing down and forming a new type of trend or having a bearish continuation in this example, our entry would be at our previous low, right here. And we can still keep our stop loss where it's at, which is above that newly formed resistance or a previous support, but I also want to make sure our entry is safe. So instead of entering right there, why not just wait, since we have this confluence as well that might attract price to come back into range 1, right? My system has indicated a bullish trend, but I guess I'll wait. Is this on Euro JPY? You said a bullish trend. A bullish trend on Euro JPY? You guys can feel free to send your chart analysis as well. Gold, okay. Oh, you did mention that, okay. But yeah, gold is pushing up right now. Never mind. I'll just take a buy position. Hopefully it works out. Let me know if it works out. Yep. That's the goal this morning, Supersonic. Just the patient game, because we do have news later today, or this morning, excuse me, on USD and Euro. So GU, Euro USD, and I will stay in Discord. I'll be updated, or I'll update the Discord if I see any setup. And I'll actually be in Discord, guys. I know I keep on saying that. I've just been really busy. But if I see something, I will send it in the Discord. What I might do, guys, I'm actually going to make this a 1-to-1. Only because I want to be sure that price is going to go into range 1, which is this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and modify that trade and just make it a 1-to-1. Again, this is a sell stop, so I'm not in this trade. This trade is not active, okay? Excuse me. So for those of you that are just hopping in, I'm not in this trade. It's a sell stop, which is why I have this right now. Sell stop meaning price has to hit your entry to be activated, okay? So the trade is not active right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take some medicine. If you guys have any questions, you can ask, but I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. Can you guys hear me now? Man, that is so embarrassing. That is an L. Can you guys hear me? This is why I need mods. Anyways, gold and 15 looking good. I'm gonna check in a second. Damn. So what I just explained there, guys, I'm basically looking for a better position on GJ and GU to enter for buys. We want price to just dip down a little lower to near that support. Damn, that was embarrassing. But gold is looking good. It's pushing up. So in this scenario, we want to see if it has a lot of momentum, and then simply for that pullback, back down that newly formed support, because this could be classified as some sort of support since price is technically reacting off of it, right? Touch right here, touch right here, touch right here. Appreciate it, Sonic. Appreciate it. What I think might happen is we might get a lot of setups to happen, or setups to be played out towards London stream. Like if price isn't at certain areas we want it to be at right now, it's perfectly fine. Price and me information, we can talk about setups, and then heading into like this evening, since we have news, right? It's Wednesday. And if we have news at around 6 p.m., you know, even 4:35, which is fine, we might see some sort of moves play out London. So 1 a.m., 3 a.m., and then we would take that small break and then wake up for New York to see what happened from our previous analysis. So we're going to end the week with some sort of move, but that's something we might just have to wait on, guys. Just so you know. But it is Wednesday. So we have today and tomorrow. We have about 13 minutes. We're going to see what happened on Euro JPY. I might have this still active, and I might even place a trade where price is currently at. Only because I'm noticing that price did come in, but a new candle formed, and it was a wick, right? So this wick kind of fooled a lot of people and took those orders before initially pushing back down. Because sometimes that's what price does, guys. So we'll just have to see in the next 10 minutes or so. If price continues to close below this newly formed resistance, then I'm going to enter in. If not, then we're just going to play it safe and just have this order. But we'll see. Ooh, look at gold. Gold is looking good. So if you did buy on that 15-minute push, that's awesome. You cut that nice breakout. But now, if you want to enter in or you're still waiting for a type of setup, you would wait for that pullback. So a lot of momentum right now. Gold is pushing up, but it's not too late to find some sort of trade I have it marked up right here. If price decides to push up, it has to come down and react off that newly formed structure, right? So you're catching that nice breakout, which is good. But you can also look for a pullback entry. So that's what I'm going to be looking for in gold. Especially if you trade the 5-minute, 50-minute. I personally stay up on higher time frames, but if you're on the 50-minute time frame, this is a good type of setup. All right. So now it's just a waiting game. We have 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be back. Chill, listen to music. Feel free to give me any pair you're going to analyze as well. Ask any questions. I will be back. I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, so about 4 more minutes. We're gonna see what happens on Euro JPY. We have to enter it manually. We can, but price is reacting off of that newly formed resistance. It is pushing down, which is great. And if we want to play it safe, we'll just make it a 1-to-1. So if you did enter it now, that's cool. But I'm gonna play it safe and wait until we have that nice, entry activation, and we'll just continue to push price down. Again, guys, I apologize about my voice. If it sounds raspy, my throat is messed up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I took some medicine though, so it should clear up later today. But yeah, this cold has been going on for like a week now. I don't know what's up. And this TP is at 37. We might have to modify this. Now I'm thinking about it. This would be, let's see, hold on. If we make this tighter, if we didn't want to make it tighter, we could. But for now, I'll just keep it here. We always close a profit. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just documenting everything. Euro, JPY. $6.17. Okay. So this is around here. Cool. All right. The time is now 8 o'clock. So let's see what happens on this hourly candle. Let's see what's happening on gold real quick. Gold is still pushing up. Let's just check our other pairs real quick. And then let me remind myself, we have news this morning at what time? What is this? Oh, this is the sell stop. Okay. We have news at 10 a.m. Okay, so I'll be in class. Okay. Cool. Cool. So I'm really holding this throughout the day, guys. I'm keeping everything updated, and a lot of people might ask, why do I have my TP past this support? Because yes, obviously price, if it is reacting off of this, it's going to push up, but I am anticipating price to melt through this and push into range 1. So this will give me intel that, hey, if TP was smacked, I'm looking for a pullback entry, and price is more than likely going to respect this range. That's why my TP is like the way it is. And I did see this in Discord. Let me check. I did. Okay. Cool. So yeah, now it's just a waiting game. We have about, what is that? 7, 16. I'm gonna say 10 more minutes before we have that new 15-minute candle. For now, I'm only in Euro JPY, guys, for that sell stop. And then I'll be back for London. And if I'm in class with these setups, I'll actually start posting them in Discord. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. And then on gold, we look for that pullback. Since gold is pushing up right now, we wait for that pullback. So we want to see again if we'll have price close below this newly formed resistance, because it's gonna add more confirmation that's respecting this, right? But we'll see. We will see. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be chilling, listen to music. Tried to send a TradingView link, didn't work. I'm guessing links are banned or something. I have to look into that. I'm not sure why. Missed a sell on GU. Let's see. You missed a sell on GU, and you trade the 5-minute. But I'll look into that. You should be able to send links. I'm not sure why it doesn't work. And if you want, you can send it in Discord. I can pull it up. Yeah, if you want, you can send it in Discord. I'll fix the link problem on YouTube before Friday or before next week, since I won't be live Friday. We have about 2 more minutes, and we'll see what happens on Euro JPY. Sounds good. All right. What did you send? All right, looking at your chart right now. You said it was on the 5-minute. So you wanted to catch that nice continuation. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't trade the 5-minute time frame. I just haven't been doing it. I scale up on the 30-minute or over. But if the 5-minute time frame works for you, by all means, continue trading it. But it's okay if you miss that setup. That's going to print over and over again. So I think you're good to go. I see that you have another zone marked up as well. You're anticipating price to reverse eventually. So you could be aggressive if you wanted to. And I think that's another reason why I don't trade 5 minutes, because I think you have to be more aggressive. I think when you scale lower, candles print faster, right? And when I think of candles printing faster, you're looking at setups quicker, correct? So you have to be more aggressive in the market. I'm not sure if that's an accurate statement, but I just don't trade lower time frames. I stay in the higher time frames. I like swinging as well. So on gold, like especially last year, I was swinging. I was holding trades throughout the week, right? Um, but I can't really imagine myself hopping in for 5 minutes and hopping out. You know, the least I'll do is sessions. Like I'll trade sessions. I hold a trade in for like 2 hours, right? That's the least. Or minimum. Anyways, it is currently 8:15. Price is still nearing that resistance. We're not quite sure. If we scale the 15-minute, price did close below, but we just have to see. It's not exactly clean. It's not like a clean push. It's not a clean break and retest. Price doesn't really know if it wants to respect this range or not, so we'll just have to keep a good eye on it for now. Will we get this move this morning? Well, we have, what, 10 more minutes? Probably not, but I am going to keep it up. And if I make any changes, I'll make announcements in the Discord. I'll flag this orange for now. The price is pushing up. So now in this scenario, now that price is pushing up, the next 15 minutes, we have to see if price is going to close above, right? Or it could just be like this bearish candle and start wicking. So this is exactly what I mean. So although price was pushing above that range, it could just form another wick like we've seen on this candle right here, just psyching out a lot of traders. But Euro JPY is kind of playing with us right now. It doesn't really know where it wants to go. It's not a clean break and retest. I will say, although I diss the 5 minute time frame, or not necessarily diss, I just don't trade it. It does look clean off of the things that I talked about off gold. Implying that if I wanted to have a nice entry, I'd wait for that pullback. Price clearly had a break, and it did pull back, and it had a nice touch off that newly formed support, and it started pushing up. This does look clean, so we'll see. We'll see if I end up trading switching my trading methods on gold. Price clearly reacted off of that newly formed support right here. It's pushing up. So that does look clean, I will say that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna keep this sell stop here throughout the day and come back to it before we have news at around 4:35. I think that was on USD and AUD before 6 o'clock. We're gonna come back to this. I'll keep everyone updated in Discord, but for now, we're just gonna keep that posted. But we have about 5 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But we will be back London, and we will do a London and New York stream back to back. So we will most likely be able to find entries there. Otherwise, the only trade I hopped in this morning, guys, was Euro JPY with a sell stop. So Excuse me. We have about 2 more minutes. Again, if you guys have any last questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap up in the next few seconds. Um, I will keep everyone updated in Discord if Price decides to activate our trade. If not, I'll see if I see anything throughout the day while I'm in class, and I'll be back at 1 a.m. I want to see what happens at the next 30-minute candle real quick. So price did react off of this newly formed resistance. It is pushing down. Do I think it's going to activate our trade this morning? I do. Unfortunately, it didn't happen live, but I'll keep everyone updated. And yeah. But shout out to everyone that's watching this post stream. If you hopped in and hopped in, or I'm sorry, hopped in and hopped out, I appreciate you as well. Shout out to Sonic, Robbie, Ben, and I still can't pronounce that. That's not in English, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, this was a really chill stream. Hopefully you learned something from it. If not, it's all good. Rinse, repeat, Monday through Thursday. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Have a good morning. I'm out. Yeah, matter of fact, how do you pronounce that? What is that translation? Let me know in Discord. If not, I will get your name. But I don't know what that means. Yeah, just let me know in Discord. But until then, see you guys later. I'm out.